Hey, what's up? DFS Rico coming at you with my picks and insight for this League of Legends LCS 5-game slate on Sunday, March 29th. So first thing I'd like to mention is if you can like, subscribe, at the end of this video, comment if you have any questions. I'd greatly appreciate it. And let's get started. So, the first thing I like to do, go through the teams that I believe are going to win. And that's usually how I decide my stacks, whether it's a 3-man stack or a 4-man stack. I usually run through the teams just that I believe are going to win, and that's usually how I build my lineups around. So early on, I am picking all the favorites as far as Vegas expects to win, which is Cloud9 over Team Liquid, which that one can be a little tricky just due to the fact that Cloud9 has nothing to play for. Team Liquid's still playing for a playoff spot. Cloud9 practically has it locked already. They're the best team in the league, so who knows? They might mess around and just do some crazy lineup out there. Then FlyQuest over GG, 100 Thieves over CLG, Evil Geniuses over Immortals, and Team Solo Mid over Dignitas. Those are my 5 picks to win. And so now I'll just run through each position and point out the guys that I would include from those teams that I would stack around. So for TSM, Broken Blade's been their second best player all season. He had a bad game today, but I think he'll bounce back. He's one of the players that has the higher ceilings on the team. That's why I do like playing him. He has a low floor, but he also has a high ceiling. Someday for 100 Thieves is another guy I'm looking to build around. Averaging 2 kills per game, 3 assists per game. He's been playing pretty well these last 2 weeks. Over 30 fantasy points per games. And then the other guy is Licorice at 6.2. Plays for the best team, which I did say might be a little fishy just playing the C9 guys because you don't know what they're going to do, but I think that's why he might be so underpriced. He is the worst player on C9, but for the upside that he does bring at this price tag, he's well worth playing at his price tag, and GPPs especially. In cash as well, C9 is the best team. He usually ends up having good games just due to the fact that the rest of his team is doing well, and he kind of just feeds off of that, whether it's assists or kills. Those are the 3 of the guys that I'm pointing out in the top lane. Jungler, Blabber for C9. He's been the best jungler all season. Can't go wrong with him. He averages 3.7 kills per game, 7.3 assists. Dies the least out of all junglers. Averages the most fantasy points per junglers. So he's a guy I would include in my C9 stacks. Scrolling down, Meteos is alright. he isn't a really good matchup versus CLG. CLG is a bad team. So I do like Meteos as well. But Dardoch is the guy I want to point out, 6.8k. Dardoch does have a high ceiling, but the other issue with him is he has a low floor as well. Even in games he wins, he can have a really bad game. He could be uninvolved even in wins, but when they're winning, he can have a high ceiling, and at this price tag, I can easily see him beating that price tag. Svenskern, 1.4 kills per game, 6.5 assists. I do like him for Evil Geniuses, which he has the second highest assist per game as far as junglers. Going down to mid lane, Power of Evil, 8.2k. He's the main guy out of FlyQuest that I would include in my stacks if I am playing them, just due to the fact that he's the main reason they win. If they win, it's usually because he's having a monster game. Has a really high ceiling. I do like him. Averages 24 fantasy points per game, a lot of kills, 3.9, 4.1 assists. Like I said, he's just kind of the main reason they win. If they win, he's the main reason. So he's that main guy I would include in my FlyQuest stacks. Niski, don't really need to talk about him. Plays for C9. He's been the best mid laner all season. Followed by Bjergsen at 7.4k, which is just insane. Underpriced for a really good matchup. 7.4, and they still have something to play for. They're still playing for a playoff spot. They haven't locked it in yet. So, Bjergsen had a really good game today. Doesn't show yet, but he had a really huge game on Azir. And this meta is really working towards Azir's favor. In Azir's favor, and Bjergsen is really good on Azir, so I feel like if he's not getting banned out, Bjergsen might be locking him in. And just the other guy I want to mention is Jizuke. Before today, he was playing monster, over 30 fantasy points per game. Even in the loss, he had a good game versus C9, put up 29 fantasy points. So, I do like him against Immortals, which should be a really good game with Evil Geniuses and Immortals. Now, for the 80 carries, can't go wrong with Sven. I just don't like paying up that much for him. I'd rather go to guys like Bang, for Evil Geniuses, which has the same Same ceiling, just for a little cheaper. Then Cody Sun for 100 Thieves is not a bad play, since they're still playing for a playoff spot as well. Not a huge fan of Kavi. He doesn't really bring much to the team, honestly. He's good, just not as good as some of these other guys priced right around him. And he's not a guy I would really care to stack in my TSM stacks. But yeah, those are the main guys at 80 carry. And then just support. Can't go wrong with Ignar. He's been playing really good all season when they're winning. Can't go wrong with Vulcan, obviously, for C9. Averages the most assists per game as far as supports. Has the highest ceiling from any support. Just due to the team's so good that they all kind of just feed off of each other in points. If one guy's having a good game, usually 3 or 4 of them are having really good games as well. Because that's where the kills and assists come into play and all the objectives. So they kind of snowball from there. I like Biofrost for TSM if I am stacking them. He does have a high ceiling as well for his price tag. And a really good match versus Dignitas. And main other guys, I mean, Zazel for Evil Geniuses and Stunt. For 100 Thieves, like I said, they both playing for playoff spots still. Zazel has been a little more consistent with 7.3 assists per game. Stunt with 5.3 assists. I do prefer Zazel, but I mean, they're both really good plays, so can't go wrong with either one. So yeah, those are some guys I'm including in my stacks. Just doing a quick video. Like I said, Cloud9, FlyQuest, 100 Thieves, Evil Geniuses, and TSM are the teams I'm going to build around, since those are the teams I believe are going to win. And yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment if you have any questions.